starting with your announcements. We have a very special treat today, so you may go ahead and have a seat. We're having the children come up and sing a couple songs for us that they've been working on for the last 3 weeks. 3 weeks. They've been working hard for the last 3 weeks. Is a karaoke maestro, and someday we might have him do his Elvis for you, which is quite good. But Dan, I just wanted to ask you today if you would tell us a little bit about how God has transformed your life.
Well, Jeff, I spent the last 2 weeks just looking back at what God's done for me in my life. I grew up in a Christian home. My dad was a preacher, and you know, I just thought this was going to be the life for me, and it turned out that at age 5 my dad turned away from the Lord and decided to just live a life that was unacceptable to my mom. My mom left him, and at age 12, this is hard to share, but something had happened, and of course I was so young I didn't understand it, but something happened between him and my sister during the visitation times. Just put your imagination there, but all I know is that all visitation was cut off for good. We couldn't see him anymore. When they told me what had happened, somehow I thought it was my fault. I thought that I didn't protect my sister. I didn't know. I just was very confused. So my mom tried to keep the family together. We kept going to church and doing all the things, and I just kept thinking, well, if I only was better, if I was just a better Christian, or if I was just a better man or boy, and I followed all the rules, that God would forgive me for not protecting my sister during that time. Well, at age 18, I was now allowed, I could see my dad, but my dad was on his deathbed. God decided to take him home. He had not turned his life back over to the Lord and come back around. So when he died, there was nobody there. I was the one that had to do the burial or the whole funeral arrangements and so forth. Well, part of the deal, I got a check for $50,000. All three of the kids got that from him. And now I'm older, and as an 18, 19-year-old person, I started to look back, and I understood what really was happening, and somehow went away from the Lord and just completely went away. And I'm a believer that struggles with cocaine addiction. I was looking for something to cover up my pain that I was experiencing, something to dull the pain. I went through that, anything from alcohol to pot, but my drug of choice was cocaine. And that went on for 7 months. My family was praying for me, hoping to get me back in and something told me that this was not going to be the way my life was going to be. So I decided to go to the rehab center and go to counseling and get rid of all that. But then for the next 15 years, all I did was replace that addiction with other hurts, other habits, and other hang-ups. Anything from money to power to trying to be number one in the country in sales, and I had as many as 1,000 people under me at one point, and that was all that was important. So I still had not overcome my addictions to people and places and these hurts and habits and hang-ups until finally, when I was 36 years old, accepted